Yeah. I'm sitting around here and I'm getting some feedback from people, and one of the topics that keeps coming up is what's a festival? They know church festivals. They know going down to the church festivals. Down to St. Lawrence with different booths and throwing balls and things, and that didn't sound right. Phrasing is a thing. Yeah, throwing balls and things. Well, I suspect there's some throwing balls and things involved in most festivals, but that's a completely different subject. Stream of consciousness. Follow that stream. Right into the gutters. Follow that stream. All right. So some people really don't know what the heck I'm talking about when I say festival. There's a lot of different models of festivals. I'm not even sure that what we're talking about is going to conform to a festival. It might conform more to a retreat. We actually call it a retreat. But a festival or a retreat, it's getting out into nature, first of all, and getting away from your everyday life, turning off the cell phone, oh my God, not being anchored to your computer 24 hours a day, which I pretty much am. So I'm not casting aspersions. I'm not passing any judgment. I'm just saying that those are the things that we want to turn off, and focusing on developing a connection with ourselves, first of all, with our deepest selves, with the world around us, and with other people. You say, well, why out in nature? Out in nature is where you find chiggers and spiders and snakes, oh my. Things that will crawl up your leg and bite you on your backside. And I'm like, well, yeah, there's some stuff out there. And they go, all of my conveniences are at home. So I have my refrigerator there, and my television there, and everything's there. My comfy bed, my comfy couch, my comfy clothes, my comfy everything, my comfy air conditioning. It is July, August, whatever. It's hot, it's humid, and I want to be in air conditioning. This is supposed to be a vacation for me. This is not much of a vacation to be out here in all of this. But it is. Because we have divorced ourselves from the world that we come from. We have divorced ourselves from nature. We have divorced ourselves from our fellow human beings. We've divorced ourselves from ourselves. You wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and you shower, and you shave, and you put on fresh clothing. You get in your car, you fight through traffic to get to a job where you work 8 hours a day, or 10 hours a day, or 16 hours a day. And you come home and you do it again the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. That is not a natural way to live. So people have ulcers, people have nervous breakdowns, people have all kind of emotional problems, psychological problems, and they wonder why. Well, we're offering an antidote to that. We're offering an alternative, and that is a festival or a retreat. Retreat, to me, a retreat is simply a festival with greater direction. Festival tends to suggest large party, maybe party with a purpose, but large party, where you're doing all kinds of things and sampling all kinds of stuff. You're going to go to a workshop about Tantra. You're going to go to a workshop about polyamory. You're going to go to a workshop about LGBT community. You're going to go to a workshop about feminism. You're going to go to a workshop about Iron John and men's mysteries. You go to a workshop or go to a lecture or go to a discussion or go to a demonstration about something. And there's going to be a lot of it in a lot of different places from a lot of different people. It usually unfolds in a particular framework. So for instance, the first major festival that I went to, which was Pan Pagan in 1992, you get there on Wednesday, you set up your camp, and then you have an opening rite. So you wander into the middle of the field, where it's still soggy from the night before when it rained, and you stand there with a bunch of people you don't know, half of whom are naked or half naked, because a lot of these events are at least clothing optional. And you have a rite of some kind, a ritual of some kind that basically opens the event. That's the main function of that, is to open the event. And then Thursday we would have mystery rituals for men, mystery rituals for women. Friday we would have various things, and Friday night follies. Have main rite on Saturday. We'd have closing rite on Sunday, which was always very magical. But there are things to do. There's a specific schedule. That's the main thing about a festival. You're not just there to camp. This is not just an exercise in camping. This is not just an exercise in going out to the woods to be with the woods. You're going to go, and there are going to be people there, and you're going to follow a particular set of exercises. Well, ours is a retreat, which is a little bit different and needs some qualification, because rather than having a lot of different things that you're going to check out and experience, we're going to have 5 days of an exercise in community building. It is a party. It's a party with a purpose. We're going to have fun. We're going to open up the gates every morning at 8 o'clock. And we're going to wander over, probably bleary-eyed with one hand on one eye, over to the pavilion. And we're going to all sit there. We're going to all have breakfast together, and then we'll have a meeting. And the meeting is going to involve what's going to be happening for the rest of the day and planning for the rest of the day. And then we will go into classes, workshops, demonstrations, and again, the topic of love and diversity is very broad. And that is the focus of this particular event. So we are going to be talking about love, sex, relationships. We're going to be talking about things political, social, and economic. We're going to be talking about futuristic technologies, about living lightly on the land. We're going to be talking about our connections with nature and how to improve upon those. We're going to be talking about how to live more closely to the way nature intended for us to live than what society has foisted upon us. We're going to be talking about taking the world we have and transforming it through various steps, through various intentional acts, which of course are exercises, standard dictionary definition exercises in magic, the science and the art of causing change to occur in conformity with the will. This is going to be a magical exercise from beginning to end. And there will be chances to drum, to dance, to work with the energies of Euhios Daimon, the god of ecstasy, a form of Dionysus. He shows up at those campfires, and those campfires tend to run from about 9 o'clock at night till dawn. And we'll keep doing that day after day after day. The ultimate goal in this is to provide, in a very intense, very concentrated experience, the way to live a happier life and to build a community out of people who are so empowered. That's what we purpose to do. That's what our event is for. So for those people who go, well, what's a festival? Well, it's kind of an idea of what a festival is. And this is also kind of an overview of what our event is.